So what's up everybody, this is Lucas Pearson Parkour coming at you with a tutorial on the palm flip. Without further ado, let's get started. So with the palm flip, some prerequisites that I would recommend is obviously a backflip and also a Kong vault. And I'll get to the reason why we need to use a Kong vault later into the tutorial. The first thing you want to have in the palm flip is a good run up. Now obviously you don't want to be full sprinting at the wall, because if you full sprint at the wall, next thing you know you're going to have too much momentum and you're going to end up hitting the wall. And then, so when I do my run up, I like to do a little walk into it and then go for it. Some people like to do a little jog into it and then go for it. But I just like to do the walking because it gives me a little bit of momentum and then makes me comfortable for knowing that I'll get over the move. As you get your run up, you're gonna stop maybe arm length away from the wall. So that way you have space to get your legs around when you actually go for the actual move. Now as you're at the wall getting ready to go, you're gonna set like a backflip, and then as you bring your arms up, it's exactly like a backflip move. But you don't go all the way up with your arms like this. You're gonna go and you're gonna stop them. Maybe your hands are gonna be placed maybe head height, like head level. Now as you do that, you're jumping up, you reach your hands, and then as your chest moves up, your arms are gonna straighten out. So that way you'll have more room to, get your feet around. And as you do that with your arms, you want to make sure you have a little pop, like a little push, so that way you know you can just push. Because when you do a little push, it pushes your chest to go back, so that way you can have more rotation speed during the palm flip. And after you do that little pop, actually, with your arms, with the push, you don't want to have your arms too bent like this, because yeah, you're going to get a lot of push, but your legs aren't going to be able to go through because you don't have enough room to get your legs around. The next thing you know, you end up clipping the wall and then things go bad from there. And you also don't want to have your arms too straight, because you're not going to get popped, like you're not going to get pushed at all. As you do that, you're going to go, you're going to push off, and then you're going to tuck, and then you're going to go back, hold in the tuck, and then pretty much it's like a backflip from there. So all you're going to do is just hold in the tuck and then let go as you open up. Now we're going to go over problems that I faced when I was learning the move. The problems that I faced when I was learning this move was basically I would jump too far away from the wall, making me have to jump up and at the wall when I go like that. And I would actually go towards the wall and I wouldn't get enough rotation speed. Another problem that I faced when I was doing this was basically sometimes I would have my hands too low and I wouldn't be able to have enough room to jump. I wouldn't have enough height in my jump, so that way I can make sure I have more time to land and get the rotation done. Now some problems that I've seen with some of my friends when they did it was basically they would, like when they were scared, like let's say you're scared to do it and you want to try it like this. Like you already have your hands on the wall. Yeah, it's going to be okay for you to do it, but here's the thing. You're not going to get much push and you're not going to get that much rotation. So next thing you know, you're going to be landing in a squat position and you're not going to really get anywhere, because you're simulating the move in a wrong way. You want to make sure you actually go up and do the backflip motion, so that way you know you have enough height and rotation to get around. Another common mistake that I saw when I seen some other people doing it was they would be too close to the wall. They would be too close to the wall and they would have their hands too high, and they would end up trying to go like that and like push down instead of pushing out. You don't push down. That's what your body's coming up to your hands, and you push out like that. You're not gonna pull down. That's for a completely different version of the palm flip. Basically, This palm flip is basically a pull-up palm flip where you have a ledge and then you pull up and then push out and do the backflip, which I'll show you right now. For this one, you have enough time to get around and you get more push with this one. With the pull-up palm flip, you don't have that much run-up and you don't have that much area, but with that pull, with the ledge, you have that advantage to get around and up. But with the flat wall like this, you don't. Now the progressions to do this flip it's really simple. Basically, what I would have is the fear was clipping the wall. So basically what I would do is I would practice back flipping near the wall, like this distance, so that way I would know that I would be okay if I actually went for the actual move itself. So I would just practice back flips up against near the wall a couple times. And the more I practiced backflipping near the wall, the more comfortable I felt not clipping it if I actually tried it. So what I would also do is that I would get 2 mattresses, stack them on top of each other, and what my friends would do is I would be a little bit away so that way I could have my run up, and then what I would do is I would do the palm flip, but my friends would push the mattresses under me so that way I know I would be safe if I landed wrong or something. And when I didn't have my friends to push, I would just basically practice it standing and just do it landing on my back so that way I get comfortable with the push and the feel of the backflip. After that, I had a spotter to help me get over my fear of doing the palm flip. That's how I learned it. Some people learn it different. Some people learn it where they stack the mattress up on top and they have a mattress on bottom. And they do that so that they feel that when they clip the wall, it's not going to really make them fail like as bad as they think. So those are what I did and what I feel some other people have done to progress into this move the easiest way possible. Now let's go back to when I said you need a Kong vault to do this. I would suggest a Kong vault because if you see a Kong vault, it's basically you're jumping out and pushing through, kind of like a palm flip. So if you see a palm flip on the side, it's kind of like that, but you're doing it on a straight wall and not on a horizontal object like a bench or something. So that's why I recommended Kong vault earlier. So just keep in mind, if you have Kong vault, it's that much easier. As we take a closer look into the Kong vault, you'll see that I push up and away, bringing my knees through my arms as I push away from the obstacle. So if you see this in slow motion, I pull towards myself, so that way I could get that forward momentum. Now compare that to the palm flip, the same exact thing, just make sure you lean back into the back flip. As you can see right there. So that's it for this tutorial on the palm flip. I hope you guys learned something. And just remember to practice in a safe environment, like throw some mattresses down. If you have a gym, that's even better. Just make sure that when you're practicing these moves, make sure that you're mentally comfortable from where you're at, so that way, if you do it, you'll be okay attempting the move and not being scared and then bailing. I just want to make sure that you guys are safe when you guys are training these types of moves, because it can get dangerous as long as you practice in a safe place. I just like to thank you guys for watching this video. And also, it is the beginning of summer, which means no school for me. So that means I'm going to try and upload a video every other day. So the day you're seeing this video, I'm going to post a video the day after. So you guys are going to be getting a lot more videos from me. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I hope this tutorial helped you. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, the next day after.
Last night I think
and remember, train safely, guys. Peace out, broskies.
Don't even know what we did. Lately I've been feeling out of touch. Don't even know where I've been. I could stay in bed all day, but my family's in town. Said I'd meet them at the villa at 3. I put Visine in my eyes, I showered just in time, but I can't help this feeling. This is that cruising on the PCH, banging on these 808s, trying to get to Malibu. This is that California dreaming, somewhere by the sea, yeah, trying to find my way back to you.